Rolling and the sound is speeding. Hi, welcome to another episode of This Week with Drew for Thursday, September 23rd, 2021. What's going on? In today's episode, we're going to talk about, I missed the fucking Monday show. But you know, buddy, we got shit going on. And, it's my intro. Big Drew at the Drake, you know, we on the slots, BLT. That's for me. Get me a Pilsner on the streets and I pour it out. Liquor, no doubt. I'm on the streets and I got clout. Oh shit. Hi, welcome to another episode of This Week with Drew for Thursday, September 23rd, 2021. What's going on? Oh, I didn't plug the fucking piano in again. I keep forgetting to do that. Hi. That's okay. We never really played that much anyways. Hi, thank you. How are you? How are you? Nice to be here. Nice to thank you for having me into your brain, into your eyeballs, into your ear holes. And I hope that you are doing well. I hope you had a good week. I didn't check in on Monday, so I hope you had a good weekend as well. I certainly did. Let's just go into it. We got motherfucking... How was my motherfucking weekend? Okay, how was my week and weekend? They were both very good. I was super duper busy. Okay, so yeah, I didn't do the Monday show. Terribly sorry. I've just been working away on this school stuff. This is the third week is when all the assignments start coming in, right? Because it's universities and it's condensed, man. We're in week 3, so we're handing in all the assignments. I had like 5 assignments that I had to do. We're chipping away at the radio. It's back to script writing. Like, I actually am really happy about this school because it is like every time I get stressed, but like my professors are like, okay, so then your script has to be this long and then you got to record it. And I'm like, okay, like I like that. It just like takes a long fucking time. Because I have this professor named Errol Nazareth, who's the host of Frequencies on CBC, which is like a world music show, but he also does a lot of like storytelling about the artist, and then they'll play the fucking song, and it's like a pretty entertaining show. And this guy is like all about like, you know, give me the juice, man. Like, give me a good story. Don't be like, you know, like, don't give him the Wikipedia, like, born in 1959, this artist was relocated from Winnipeg at the age of 10 and found that the music of the plains really inspired her to pick up drum beats or whatever the fuck, and it's just like the wisping, the wheat, you know, and then you got to give him the juice, man. Like hit him with the story. It's just like, you know, this person fucking, you know, when they, you know, the third time they entered rehab, you know, start there or whatever the fuck, I guess. So I'm like trying to make sure that I'm like doing a good job and like, you know, reflecting some like issues and not just making it fluffy and like really getting in there on what's important right now. And I think like, you know, climate change and fucking indigenous reconciliation are like they go hand in hand as well too, bro, because a lot of people don't think about this, but there was no climate change when it was, you know, before England came over. You know, and then the factories, and then and I've got the black lung, and I'm 8 years old. You know, they had 8-year-olds. I was talking about this last week, but that was when they were first starting to figure out the beginning of capitalism. They were just letting children work and die. It's like, holy fuck. And be like homeless. Like there's like a homeless like 9-year-olds in England in like 1830. Like, I'm not laughing. Like, that's not funny. Like, that's a sad, tragic thing, but I'm like laughing at the fucking cruelty of that, man. Just to think like, oh, it's like, fuck, we've probably got to, you know, get an orphanage. And that's where Oliver Twist, that's why Buddy wrote Oliver fucking Twist. What's his name there? Charles fucking old Chucky Dickey? Old fucking Chucky Dickey? Did he write Oliver Twist? Is that what that book is about? I feel like I've already fucking Googled this. Or is it Gulliver Twist? No, that's Gulliver's Travels. Oliver Twist. Yeah, it's old Chucky Dickey. That's old Chucky Dickey, eh? Fucking, I already talked about this. The Parish Boys Progress. Okay, anyways, fuck. The Parish Boys Progress. So, so I've just been chipping away my homework, you know, just trying to make some good audio and shit. So I got slammed. I've been so busy with that homework, so I didn't have a chance to do the Monday show, even though it's only fucking 20 minutes of my life. I probably should have done it. So I'm sorry. Okay. But that's how my week is going and my weekend is. I'm just back doing stand up again. And I was fucking, where the fuck did I do stand up this weekend? I was in Kitchener. Waterloo at the Crazy Canuck. And if anyone was there and they were at the show, hi, welcome, new people. That shit is fucking dope, man. Kitchener is that show is dope. It's like a comedy club. It's like a restaurant. It's called the Crazy Canuck, and they close at 8 every day. And then after 8 o'clock on the weekends, they just turn into a comedy club. And there isn't even a comedy club in Kitchener Waterloo. So this restaurant like kind of like acts and operates as a comedy club. For the city of Kitchener Waterloo, the twin fucking cities cross the river in KW. And yeah, it was dope. It's just a fucking good. I just felt free. I did like a half an hour, which was sick because I'm starting to fucking think like a comedian again. And like I'm putting together like a set list, which is something that I honestly hadn't done in like 5 years since I moved here. I really never thought about it. I was just too focused on like trying to climb the ladder and kill rather than what I did in my first 5 years, which was just like put an act together. And then I put that act together. I moved here and then I just tried to fucking tell it for 5 years. You know, and then it's like rather than just fucking working on the set, you know, and chipping away at it, and which is what I'm doing now. So then I put all my new shit in the front, and then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do all my new shit, and then once I run out all my new shit, go back to the old shit, right? I know I'm up and down on this podcast about new shit and old shit or whatever the fuck, but I've given myself permission to be like, yeah, we're punching it out. Like Louis talked about it. I knew what I should have done. Fucking Carlin, you know, you got your set, and then the new stuff comes in. And then the new stuff kind of pushes out the old stuff. And then you get some more new stuff. And then it just kind of fucking keeps going. And then you take a picture right there, a snapshot. And then it comes again. And then you take a picture fucking right there. And then that's your album. Take my vaccine passport. I don't even know. I don't even have one of those things. I'm a big guy. I'm like almost 6'2". I'm 200 pounds. People don't really ask me for shit. Especially if I put on a grumpy face. If I come in just like this. I know you can't see my face if you're listening to this podcast, but I have a very grumpy expression right now. Okay, so yeah, also speaking of of my radio program, if you want to listen to all my projects, I'm uploading all my projects to Patreon. So I'm gonna upload it right after this. I got another project. We did the Metal Minute before that. And yeah, so if you want to follow along and track my fucking radio progress, sign up for the Patreon. $5, but we're gonna change it. Actually, Joel inspired me. I'm gonna change it around. I'm gonna make it cheaper. Because I don't really give a lot of, because I'm going to make it cheaper if you don't, because I don't give content on the Patreon as much as I should. And so I'm going to make that cheaper if you just want to keep supporting this show, right? And then I'm going to make a little bit one, maybe like $1 or $2 more, and then actually start posting stuff. And I feel like that the extra price point will make me post more stuff, because right now you guys support the show, pay for the fucking bandwidth and all that shit, and like all the fucking audio equipment and all that shit like that, so it like keeps the show running. Long McQuaid, I still gotta make payments on the fucking microphone, you see. Okay, so yes, so sign up for the Patreon if you want more shit like that. And finally gonna talk about this fucking stupid goddamn election. Keyboard's not plugged in. Fuck. Dumb. Waste of time. Waste of money. I hate politics. I don't hate politics. I think politicians suck. I think that the function of government is wildly like distorted, and what we see as government right now is not what the actual function of government should be, telling people what they fucking can and can't. Because for me, it's like, obviously you guys heard me, I'm not an anti-vaxxer or an anti-maxer. Like I got my vaccine. I was one of the first people to get his fucking vaccine. I just think that it's just like, when are we gonna start mandating fucking, when do health mandates end now? You know what I mean? Do we mandate a proper diet and exercise? Because 150,000 people in Canada a year die of heart disease and stroke. And what about cigarettes and alcohol consumption? And just like, at what point do we fucking, make the distinction between like what the healthcare system is meant to do, and then versus what our personal responsibility is to fucking leave tread as lightly on it during our existence as possible. Because that's the implication right now, is that like, how dare you fucking, utilize the fucking healthcare system that we fucking pay for. But it's like, that's what I'm saying. It should be like, there should be no There should be no capacity ICU beds. Like, we should just spend it. And if the people are just sitting around fucking just waiting for people to get sick, then good. Like, just have a giant hospital, have the whole ICU hospital filled with people that know what the fuck to happen. And then even if it's at 5% capacity, then great. We should be reviewing it as like, we should see it as like, okay, we built a whole ICU hospital and nobody was there today and everybody there didn't do shit. And that should be a good thing. Like, we don't have to, like, the output of labor of the healthcare system is actually, like, we can't measure its productivity or its efficiency by how much output it has. We should actually be measuring it by how much it doesn't output. Wouldn't that be a more accurate measure of how healthy we are as a society, is how empty our hospitals are? And they should be massive and paid for and like huge, and everyone should be on staff and fucking and just sitting around waiting for people to get sick. That's what it should be. It shouldn't be like, okay, well, now because my mom used to work triage at an ER in the north, then in the neck, northeast immediate. And there was one time when it was like, there was like 2 nurses and 1 doctor for the entire north side of Edmonton. And you got ambulances dropping people off every fucking 20 minutes and regular ER people. And you got 2 nurses and 1 doctor. It's like, what the fuck? You know, and you have an entire waiting room full of people, 8 hours wait, 9 hours wait for some people, you know, who also use the emergency room. And that's the other thing, is a lot of people use the emergency room as like their fucking doctor's office. Like, they just don't, like, the only time they go to the hospital is to the ER. You know, which also isn't good, man. It's like regular maintenance on your fucking vehicle, dude. Like, nobody talks about like being healthy and eating properly and exercising and stuff, and like going to see the doctor regularly and making sure your shit is tight. You know, but now Alberta's got now the election's over and nothing fucking changed, and they spent $600 million on, you know, how much water is that in Attawapiskat, or how much fucking hot lunches, breakfast is that for kids in, you know, less fortunate communities. Like, how much money is that? Like, the NDP alone spent $20 fucking million. Like, that doesn't seem very proletariat to me. That's what I do if I was a politician. I'd be like, we're not spending any money on this election. Like, you know who we are. We're just going to fucking be on YouTube and Facebook and post free on Instagram. And fuck you. That's what we're doing. And we're not spending a single dime of anybody's money. Our election, we're going to do it for free. And if you want to help, come volunteer. And fuck you or fuck everybody. That's my platform, is fuck everyone. This whole fucking system is fucked. Even the people that purport to be like the PPC, the purples, they're tapping into that sentiment, but they're tapping into it using the same old like strategies and techniques of like, you know, just political blah, blah, blah. And you're tapping into this anger, but what you really got to do, and what Trump has did, is you got to tap into that and then flip the script and then come in like a fucking saying whatever the fuck you want and talking however and being like, I don't give a fuck. You guys want me to, how I don't give a fuck what you think about, and swear, you know, and just, oh, what is that? Oh, is that my phone? Okay, anyways. And just fucking, you know, that's what I would do. I'd run on the fucking, and I wouldn't even call it anything. I just call it I wouldn't even call it the People's Party. I'd just call it the fucking, the fuck you party. The fuck this shit party. Are you tired? How many times have you thought in the last 2 years, fuck this shit? You know, it's pretty easy, man. You just run that shit top down, bro. How much does fucking school cost? How much does healthcare cost? Okay, price that out, okay? And now everybody living and working and doing business in Canada, how much money do you make? Okay, who makes the most amount of money? Okay, get that list going. And then it's like, okay, we need like fucking $1 trillion for this. Okay, well, that's gonna cost, how much can you chip in? Oh, buddy, you got a fucking 10 billion. Well, you could chip in like a good 5 billion on that. You know, and then what? Oh, and then you'd be mad you only got $5 billion. You sad? Like, people, and then that's the thing about that corporate culture, is that's what they taught me in economics school, is that it's about profit maximization, like just a continually limitless profit maximization. But what they don't talk about is that it's in a finite world where resources are fucking, you know, you can't have 20% growth year over year forever, bro. There's nothing there. You can't grow forever. Like, there's just exponential growth for the sake of growth is like, what is that? Just business for the sake of doing business? It's fucking stupid. Speaking of business, Promotional consideration for This Week with Drew is provided by our aforementioned Patreons. We got motherfucking Anthony, Blair, Joel, Nick, and Mac. What up? Bubba, Marnus, Bryce, Taryn, and in the motherfucking Hall of Fame, Colette and Andre, say their name. What's up? I talked to Andre this morning, actually. I got some shit leaving for y'all. And also, This Week with Drew promotional considerations provided by our sponsor, kingtutscannabis.com. You can use the promo code Drew to get 10% off your order right now. kingtutscannabis.com. Smoke like an Egyptian. 10% off your order, buddy. That's a good deal. That's a free fucking gram if you're spending $100. But it's not even because grams are cheaper on King Tuts. Okay. So yeah, fucking A. I think that's it. That's what I wanted to talk about. Thank you for everyone messaging me about quitting Yuck Yucks. I didn't even really get to start. So there you go. Oh, and I was going to do another segment, but we're going to save that for Monday because then I can do it more research. And I will have a Monday show as promised. Okay. Check us out at the Corner every Thursday tonight, Thursday 8 and 10, Corner Comedy Club. And you are so beautiful to me. Can't you see?